What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Up the Score. Today I'm with my co-host Shock. Say what's up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day.
All right, in today's episode, we're gonna be going over the NFL trade deadline. We're gonna go over where we think OBJ should sign, and we're gonna recap Week 8. And let's dive right into it, Shock. What did you think about the Steelers trading Chase Claypool to the Bears for a second rounder?
So I think the trade is, as a Steelers fan, I get excited about potential in players. 6'4" receiver who's like basically a tight end body, 240 pounds, runs a 4.4. It just like they don't come along very often, but we ended up trading him for a second, which is what we drafted him for. So it's pretty good value.
It's good value-wise, yeah.
It's good value for the protection he's been giving. It's just kind of sad he didn't realize that potential with us. And he probably will for somebody else, to be honest. If it's not the Bears, it's probably somebody else. I mean, he's a good talent. So, I don't know. Overall, I'm like, it kind of depends who we get with the pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the process is what matters more in trades. Like, this is a good process. Like, they did the right thing. Like, because they know they weren't going to pay Chase Claypool. Like, because George Pickens, they feel like he's about to blow up. And they don't need 3 wide receivers who they ain't going to pay that much.
That's a great point.
Yeah, that's why they did it, because Chase Claypool's breaking out game, like 2 years ago when he had like 3 touchdowns against, was it the Bears?
4 touchdowns against the Eagles.
Against the Eagles, yeah, that was crazy. Like, and then ever since then, he hasn't really been like an elite wide receiver 1, but he's been a really good wide receiver 2, and he's about to get wide receiver 1 money because he's a young receiver that's been playing really good.
If he doesn't do great for the Bears or whoever else, maybe he'll re-sign with us.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. He's gonna do good wherever he's at, because he's a good receiver.
Yeah, I doubt that'll happen, but yeah.
Yeah. What about Bradley Chubb to the Miami Dolphins?
I mean, I was looking at this graphic. Basically, they had the pick that would have drafted Trey Lance, right? That went on to draft Trey Lance. So basically, it's kind of like the Dolphins traded Trey Lance for Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Bradley Chubb, because all of the picks they got from that's what they got out of trading those picks as well, or drafting and trading. So I like the trade a lot, bro.
If they stayed at pick 3, I don't think they would have went Trey Lance. Personally, I think they would have went Jamar Chase. But
still,
yeah, they traded pick 3 for all of that. That's crazy.
Reek, Waddle, Chubb for that pick,
They also, hold on, yeah, you're right, Nate. Do you think that move pushes the needle for the Dolphins? Because Tua has been looking great, Waddle has, Tyreek has. The AFC is more wide open than people realize. It's only the Bills and Chiefs are, like I told you last week, the Bills and Chiefs are the only tier 1 team. Someone else could slip in there.
I think it does, bro, because I think the Dolphins didn't have anybody kind of big name pass rushers, like Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be big for them. I mean, they have such speed on offense. If they get a lead, Bradley's going to be able to just do what he loves, and it's just, I think it's a match made in heaven kind of thing. I think it helps them a lot.
And here's this might be my favorite move of the trade deadline. It was the Jaguars getting Calvin Ridley, and I saw the pick has crazy compensations. Like it has crazy ways that you need to get it. So if Calvin Ridley plays with them for 2 seasons and signs an extension, the pick is a second rounder. If he plays 2 seasons with them, it's a 3rd rounder. If he plays 1 season, it's a 4th, and if he doesn't pan out, it's a 5th. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, what is that word I'm looking for?
It's a safe trade.
Yeah. That's not what I'm looking for, but yeah, that's basically what it is.
I mean, it's basically like
best case scenario, they get a second round pick.
Like, if he becomes a superstar, obviously they're going to trade a second for him.
Yeah.
If he's not, then a 5th is worth taking the chance. I mean, hold down the line. So,
and then that's really going to help out Trevor Lawrence next season, because he's been looking really good with Christian Kirk as his wide receiver one. So imagine that becomes his second best receiver, and you add Calvin Ridley to that. What's your thoughts on the?
My thoughts on the trade is, I mean, kind of similar to what you said. I think it's a good thing. Maybe he needed a new start somewhere. Falcons are clearly kind of trying to rebuild their situation. It makes sense. I just think it's another trade that just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley's not someone who I'm scared to trade of for like personality reasons as a team. He's just stupid and put a little bet online. What was the bet came out to? It was like a $50 bet. It was a $50 bet in a game he wasn't involved in.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. What about T.J. Hawkinson to the Vikings? That was a surprise trade.
What is it? What are the details? That's weird.
T.J. Hawkinson to the Vikings. It wasn't even good. It was like a third and a fifth.
Well, I mean, I think you got to think that the Vikings win that, right? Because they're trading within their division.
I don't know why they would trade within their division. That's the second time the Lions have traded within their division since the draft. I think in the draft they let the Vikings trade down to get Louis Syme or something, or trade up. Yeah, they traded back up in the first round with the Rams pick to get that safety. I don't know why the Lions are so comfortable trading with division opponents, but
yeah, the trade doesn't make sense as far as the Vikings standpoint. Plus, if they want to go after Lamar, he loves his tight end, so it doesn't really make sense.
Lamar done. It was a 23rd, fourth round pick, a conditional fourth.
I thought T.J. Hawkinson was kind of nice. Like, why?
Oh no, the Vikings sent a second and a third. That's not terrible, but
that's a big trade, actually.
Yeah, wow. And then the Lions alongside T.J. Hawkinson, they included 2/4. So T.J. 2/4. All right, T.J. Hawkinson and 2 fourth-round picks for a second and a third.
I actually kind of like it. I mean, TJ's not crazy,
Yeah. Now I'm looking at the details. I like it a bit more too.
I kind of like it for the Lions, bro. They got to move up.
I like it for both.
Trying to play the long game.
I like it for both because the Vikings got a new red zone threat because Justin Jefferson hasn't had a receiving touchdown since the first week of the season. Adam Thielen was their red zone target, but he's getting a little older, and T.J. Hawkinson as a tight end hopefully could put a bigger threat in the red zone because all teams do is like double and bracket Justin Jefferson when it's time in the red zone.
Yeah, I like the trade. It's good. He's like a new Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph? Nah. All right, and the last trade we're going to talk about is the William Jackson to the Steelers. How do you feel about that one?
I think we swapped like fifths and got him because they were going to cut him anyway. I love the trade. I mean, the only thing that I could be upset about is the money, but I trust in the GM to handle that appropriately, and I just feel like he's a man corner, and we want to play a lot of man. It's going to take stress off of Minkah. He can play a little bit more free when he's kind of lurking. I mean, I just see the man getting stressed out back there trying to help everybody. So I feel good about it. It's a really good trade. I kind of wish that we well, anyway. I like our trades.
How much money does William get per year? 15?
Yeah, something.
15 is a lot for William. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna look it up. I haven't looked it up yet, but
yeah, he's making 15 mil. That is a lot for William Jackson, but
$3 million. 3 year, $40 million.
3 year, 40.
Base salary, what? Wait, I'm confused. It says base salary is $3 million.
Oh yeah, he probably got a bunch of like. All right, so he gets 4 years, $40 million for 3 years. That's $13.5 million, And then the base salary is 3, so he probably got like a base signing bonus. Like,
Do we have to pay him that now, or do they just cover that? Because if they cover that, this trade's mega good for us.
I believe how it'll be is the first year they'll cover it, but next year y'all cover it.
Well, it's a good deal for us. He's only
How old
30.
is he? 30?
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, bro, only? He gotten old quick. William Jackson was just like 24. How did that happen?
It's 24 when he got drafted.
Dang.
He was an old player. He
Dang.
was like an old rookie, you know?
Dang, yeah. All right, and who's your biggest losers and winners of the trade deadline? Because my biggest losers is the Rams. I feel like them doing nothing, their season is done. Because Aaron Donald, if he would have had like Bradley Chubb, I see that they offered apparently multiple firsts for Brian Burns. That didn't go through. Them not having an edge rusher, I think the Rams season is over. And they didn't even go get a tackle. Like, I thought they should at least get like a swing tackle or something. The Rams did absolutely nothing. Their season is over. And another loser I got is the Green Bay Packers. Because this is another season where y'all not winning the Super Bowl. Like, I don't even have to talk too much about that. Packers season is over.
I agree with you on the Packers. I would definitely say them. I mean, I don't know. The Rams might be too far gone, in my opinion. But I think my biggest two losers would be the Packers and the Bears. And I agree with you on the Packers because it's like you let your divisional rival get this super talented receiver. You wouldn't outbid them. You wouldn't outbid them. Send a second and a third. Or do something to outbid them and make the Steelers more interested, because he could be that guy with Aaron Rodgers and like literally kind of take off his career and take off their season. Packers are a big loser because they just need some receivers. And then the Bears are a loser too because they traded Roquan and Robert Quinn for pick, right? And then they traded a pick for a player that they're going to have to pay in a year and a half. Like, what if Claypool literally doesn't pan out like he wasn't panning out for us, for you guys? Now you sent the second. It's just, I don't know. That seems like a bad trade for the Bears.
I think it's not about Claypool. It's about Fields in that, because Justin Fields desperately needs weapons this season. And if the Bears don't win enough games this season, they're going to draft a quarterback over him. So they're going to at least let him die with a chance. And it also helps you out because if they do end up drafting a quarterback, you have Claypool and Mooney for them. I kind of like the Claypool trade for the Bears.
Well, I would say as far as winners go, I'd say the Steelers are winners. I would say the Bears are winners. I would say not the Bears. Steelers are winners. The Vikings and the Lions are winners. And then also Justin Fields personally is a winner because, like you just said, he's getting a receiver who he's going to, it's a big body. They might do something good together. So Steelers, we got a draft pick, got a nice corner that fits our scheme. A corner we've always wanted. The Bengals couldn't keep us away from him anymore. And then we already went over the Lions Vikings. I think that they're both winners because that just helps them both individually more than traded.
My biggest winners are the Jaguars for Calvin Ridley. I love that move for next season and the development of Trevor Lawrence, and also the Bradley Chubb to Miami. That they also got Jeff Wilson from the 49ers.
That's a good one, actually. I did forget about that. Yeah, I think the Dolphins are winners. Yeah. All
right, now on to the next topic. Where do you think OBJ should sign now that we know what moves teams have made and what teams need receivers? We was just talking about the Packers being a loser. You think he could go to Green Bay? Heck no, bro. I was confused what you doing at first. He ain't going to Pittsburgh.
We gotta get a receiver. Like, we paid Deontay all this money. He's not doing anything. OBJ would be perfect for us.
Yeah, but Pickens Pickens about to become wide receiver one. They letting him get his touches.
OBJ would be perfect in the spot that they're gonna have Deontay in. Man would just be like. Anyway, OBJ's best spot would be, I think, the Packers, or the Packers for sure. That would just be the best for everything, everyone involved.
I think the teams that he will go to, in my opinion, will be the Packers, the Giants, the Bills, or he goes back to the Rams. And I think
You know what? You know what might be a low-key underdog?
Who?
The Bengals.
The Bengals.
Yeah.
Nah. Jamar only out for like 6 weeks.
Huh?
Jamar's out for like 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Bengals, I think, will be an underdog pick for him because Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins aren't holding it down like Jamar.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like, as a wild card.
Bro, they can miss the playoffs. They're 4-4.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Another team is also the Saints because if he wants to go back to Louisiana and be with Jarvis Landry.
The Saints. Yo, that's actually a really good one. LSU guys.
Yeah.
Yep. But I don't really like the Saints coach, and they have Andy Dalton at quarterback.
What about the Chargers and Cowboys?
Chargers. Cowboys would be nice. I see Cowboys and Giants. That'd be nice.
Cowboys should have got a receiver during the trade deadline, like Nelson Aguilar, someone. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't get anyone. Cause
that would be my favorite, bro.
The Cowboys. I think my favorite would be the Giants. But my favorite team for OBJ to go to would be the Giants because that's where he could get his money at because he wants to prove that he's a wide receiver one. Like, he wants to go get his money this offseason. He's going to sign a 1-year deal and then play it out. And the Giants and Bills give him the best opportunity to go show his talent. Because if he goes to the Giants and we get an actual receiver and it's Odell, it looks amazing because he'll be our best receiver by far, get all the touches he needs because who's going to take it from him? Richie James? Kenny Galladay, Wan'Dale Robinson.
I think if he wants to get paid, like you're saying, I mean, I love the Giants reunion, bro. That would make me happy. But if he wants to get paid like that, I think he should go to the Packers or the Cowboys because he's gonna get touches on both squads. He has a way better quarterback. No offense to Daniel Jones.
And yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially the Cowboys. Dak's gonna throw him that. You know what I mean? I know you'd hate that as a Giants
I wouldn't hate it, to be honest. I just love seeing good football, to be real. Like, I love to see the Giants play good football more than anyone else, but I just like watching football in general.
You know what I didn't even think of? The Eagles.
I thought of it. That wouldn't happen.
Who do they have? They have A.J. Brown and
Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert.
Oh, they have Devontae Smith. Yeah, forget about that. I think he should go to the Cowboys. That's like my number one pick. Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about the Monday night game. We had the Browns versus the Bengals. What did you think about that performance?
I think I'm happy, bro. The Browns are keeping us. They're keeping the Steelers' hopes alive that we could make a run and do something.
Steelers got a better chance at getting pick number 1 than being the 3rd seed in that division.
Okay, so anyway, I think that the Browns just dominated the Bengals, just manhandled them. Like, no receiver over 50 yards for the Bengals. Joe Mixon didn't even have 30 yards rushing. Burrow turned the ball over at least 2 times, like you said. I love it, bro. They're keeping the division interesting. Kenny Pickett, if we can just, if the offense could just, I'm just saying, man.
Ooh, hold on. I was just saying that the Steelers could end off with pick 1, right? If y'all got pick 1, would you take Bryce? Would you want them to take Bryce Young?
Nah, I'd want us to take what's his face, Will Anderson, right? What's his name?
Yeah, Will Anderson. Will Anderson.
Or, but you know what? I don't even want pick one. I want us to win the bowl and select Kele Ringo.
You don't get what you want. You
I
gonna
want to
get
win
pick
the
one.
bowl and select Kele Ringo.
Y'all getting pick one, man.
I want to
Don't
win the bowl and and select Kele Ringo 32. That's what I want.
I don't know who that is. Who's that guy?
Oh, he's this cornerback. He's 6'2". He runs like a 4.2 40. He's goated.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about the draft, but besides like Bryce Young and Will Anderson, to be honest, I know it's another edge rusher too. That's crazy.
Yeah, if we were pick one, I would want us to trade. I would want us to trade up with one of our seconds or whatever into the first with like Highsmith, draft Will Anderson in the first overall, kind of have that with TJ.
Ooh,
you
damn.
know, and then take another and then get Kele Ringo anyway.
Why did I like blank out and forgot about TJ for a little bit? He's always hurt, bro. He's probably the best defender when he plays though, but that man does not play.
He had a bunch of minor injuries last year, but this year he's coming back. He's coming back after our bye. He's coming back. He's back.
Oh, next game he's back?
He almost played against the Eagles.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
He's back against the Saints.
All right, we talk about TJ Watt being the best defensive player. Let's talk about the guy who might take that from him if he keep getting hurt, and Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, Aaron Donald, TJ Watt, that's probably the three best defenders in the league right now. You think he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year?
It's got to be Micah, right? It's got to be Micah this year.
Yeah. Right now, Micah's running away with it. The Cowboys is a good team. He had a fumble 6 last game where Justin Fields jumped over him, and I don't know why people was blaming that on Justin Fields. It was 3rd and long. He threw a drag route, whatever, and the guy got the first down, and the ball got poked out. And when everyone dove for the ball, instead of diving on it, Justin Fields jumped over Micah because he thought someone on the Bears online was gonna get it, but he ended up being wrong, and Micah ran for a touchdown. But how's that his fault? It was a fumble. Like he's not the one that fumbled it.
I'd have to look at the play, but yeah. I mean,
people just blame me.
Everyone blamed Cam Newton when he didn't fall on the fumble in the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, and they was comparing it to. I seen the comments was comparing it to Cam Newton. I was like, bro, that's nothing like Cam Newton. Because first of all, Cam Newton's the one who fumbled it. Justin Fields was 10 yards away from the fumble. He just was running and just jumped over Micah. Because if he would have dove into that, he would have got hurt.
I mean, to be honest, if I'm a head coach, unless it's the Super Bowl, like the Cam Newton situation, or the playoffs, even if the quarterback fumbles, I don't really want him diving into piles of people potentially injuring himself.
Especially Michael Parsons, Marcus Lawrence. Yeah, I understand. Especially those big behind D linemen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Why you said it like that?
Did you say big behind D linemen?
See how you said it is different. What I'm saying is big behind, like they big, bruh, we done. We done.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta say no homo for thinking like that, man.
No, you
just for thinking like that. All right. Do you think that the Eagles could go undefeated?
Yeah, I do, bro. I mean, I think if Hurts stays stays executing and stays healthy, I feel like they have a really good shot at going undefeated. I feel like their scheme is so incredible. I mean, Tony Romo was breaking it down while I was watching him just obliterate us. I honestly feel like the Eagles. So the Bills had so much star power, but schematically they dominated us more than the Bills did. It was basically the Bills was basically just all right, Josh Allen, their receivers, they're just better, and they just won.
The
Eagles were like, man, we're just gonna destroy your whole scheme and make you feel like you don't know what football is. So I feel like they're getting better every week, and the Eagles have a really good shot at going undefeated if they stay healthy.
It's because they're depth on their D-line. They have the best D-line in the NFL. They have the best O-line in the NFL. They have one of the best receiving cores. They have maybe the best secondary. Only
Yeah.
thing that's not top 3 in the league is Jalen Hurts. And so far,
Yep.
he's playing like top 10, honestly. Like he's the only thing that's not a solidified top quarterback is the only place that's not solidified top 3 for the Eagles. I think that they will go undefeated. I'm not saying I think they can. Do you think that they will? I think that they will. I don't
I
see
know
a loss on day.
last week I had them, or 2 weeks ago I had them finishing like 12-5, but they're actually better than I thought they were, and they're gonna beat the Texans. They're gonna beat the Commanders. They're gonna beat the Colts. Packers might be tough.
Packers
Titans might
is a
be
wash.
tough.
They got that.
Giants twice is tough. Cowboys tough. Eagles. Nah, Packers are gonna play them tough. They probably gonna beat the Packers, but they're gonna play them tough. I don't think they're gonna go undefeated. I think they definitely could. I think instead of saying 12-5 at this point, I'm gonna say more like 15-2 type of vibes.
That's kind of where I was like that should be the lowest last week, but now you've agreed with me on that. And if they have a loss this season, it's going to be to the Giants. That's the only team that
Eagles. I mean the Cowboys.
Cowboys. Nah, I think they beat the Cowboys both times. Honestly, I don't think the Cowboys stand a chance against the Eagles because
Nah, bro. They got Dak back. I feel like the Cowboys have the best shot to
the
beat them.
Eagles are legit almost 10 deep on their D line. Bro, come on.
Hey, start Pollard. They might win.
Who the Cowboys? Nah, bro. All right. Let me show you. Let me read off names of players that is on there.
Chase is gonna get to play the Eagles again.
All right. So the Eagles D line consists of Brandon Graham, Jordan Davis, Javon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, Robert Quinn, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, and some rookie that they got in the second round. I know he's been playing good, Williams. Bro, that when you could win on in the trenches every single game, like the Eagles will, I think you go undefeated. Cause every single team that they play, they have a better trench than. Their O line is better than the Packers D line, and their D line is better than the Packers O line, and it's not even a close call. It's by far. And then you got those weapons in AJ Brown. Jalen Hurts is honestly a weapon. Miles Sanders is a weapon. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. I don't see how the Eagles lose in the regular season, but I don't think that they win the Super Bowl.
Well, if they keep executing, I think they have a really good shot at going undefeated. I think the biggest two games where they may end up losing are December 24th versus the Cowboys and January 8th versus the Giants. Because January 8th is the last game of the season. They're going to have first seed probably locked up at that point. And then Cowboys, I just feel like that's their best remaining opponent. So
if they 16-0, they don't lose to the Giants. But if they lose the first game to the Giants, which is their only possible L this year, then they got a loss. You laughing? Did you see the Giants versus Eagles games last season? Or you
I'm
don't
not laughing
remember?
at the Giants. I'm just saying the
Hey,
Cowboys probably are going to beat them December 24th.
I feel like it's a terrible matchup for the Cowboys. That's just what I'm not saying that the Giants are better than the Cowboys. The Cowboys is the third or fourth best team in the NFC. It just so happens they playing against the best team. All right, now for the
But wait, can I say one more thing about the Steelers that I forgot to mention?
what?
Jalen Warren is averaging over 5 yards a carry this season,
Jalen Warren.
and not is an undrafted rookie out of Oklahoma State. And Najee Harris is averaging over 3 yards, like under 3.5 over 3 yards. The Steelers, I like Najee and I love Najee, but the Steelers should start Jalen Warren. I'm just saying.
Yeah, not all right. So that means the question I had last episode that you didn't answer. You just answered it now. That Najee in the first round was a terrible pick. It was a bad pick because if you would have drafted an O lineman,
I love Najee. I still have faith in him, so I have no comment on that. I don't know if it's a bad pick or not, but right now, as things stand right now, Jalen has more burst. Jalen has more speed. Jalen is just playing just better in every way as a running back. It's just is what it is.
Najee is still a great player though, but I'm just saying they could have got a. I'd rather have a decent O lineman blocking for whoever you just said instead of having Najee Harris with a bad O line.
I mean, isn't Creed Humphrey a center?
Yeah.
Let's look. Honestly, I love Najee. All right, you know what? It was a bad pick because look, we could have drafted Creed Humphrey. Right now, Big Ben would still be playing for us. And I also love Kenny Pickett, but Big Ben is literally the greatest quarterback in the Steelers' history. And we would have had a legitimate center, not a guard playing center. No offense, Kendrick Green. I'm sure you're going to be great at guard eventually. But a center playing center with Big Ben, he still will probably be here. And if we end up signing Jalen Warren anyway, bro is legitimate stud. If we would have been playing him all season, bro, who knows? He could be right there with Damian Pierce. He's really good. Like, he's really good.
Hey,
bro.
I'm going to keep up with him the week after next week because I'm going to keep my eye on that Steelers game this week or next week because TJ Watt coming back.
I mean, it's everything, bro. If we lose that game, we basically have to tank. If we win, then we could try to make a run, but it's now or never.
Hey, there's another team. If they lose next week, they basically got a tank in the Raiders because the Raiders were Saints. They got shut out 24-zip. And what is their record right now? 1-5? If they lose next week, they 1-6. They may as well throw the white flag and get Bryce Young. I'm gonna say that for every team, bro. Just throw the white flag, get Bryce Young. Let go Derek Carr. They're 2-5?
Yeah.
They're last in that division.
But their division situation is much different. Like, the third best team in that division has Russell Wilson. You know, us, it's a little different.
Yeah. After Alvin Kamara's performance last week, I wanted to revisit a question that we had, and I wanted to see if any answers changed or if any answers stay the same. And would you rather Alvin Kamara or the Seahawks running back committee?
I love Alvin Kamara. He's great receiving. As a runner, he's not like the best running back. You know what I mean? He's not like the best running back in the NFL overall, but like he's really great in a lot of different facets. I would take him personally over any Seahawks running back, but as a whole committee, I would take the Seahawks, especially since they're younger. Mar, who are you taking right now? Alvin Kamara or the whole Seahawks running back room?
I'm taking Alvin Kamara. Last week, I thought I was going to change my mind and pick the Seahawks running committee group, but Alvin Kamara, what he does out the backfield as a receiving threat and on the run game is just special. And the way the NFL is now, passing matters more than running. That's just how it is. And having someone who helps your quarterback in the passing game that much and is always reliable and could always be there for you, it's amazing. And Kenneth Walker and Rashad Penny, although both of them are playing amazing, I think Rashad Penny, I don't really count him in their committee that much because he's always hurt. It's like your best ability is availability, and the Seahawks running committee group is basically Kenneth Walker versus Alvin Kamara. Do the Seahawks got a running back that I'm not thinking of right now? They running back committees Kenneth Walker and Rashad Penny, and Penny's always hurt.
Kamara's kind of hurt a good amount as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, one for one, I'm still taking Kamara. But thing is that it's not that far apart. You know what I mean? Kamara versus Kenneth Walker.
All right, now, what was you gonna say?
So I'm just saying, even with the limited availability that his backup has, it's still worth it.
All right, in the last game we're going to talk about is the Giants versus Seahawks, and I want to start off with Richie James is not going to be our punt returner anymore. We was in the game the whole entire time, and we had two punts that were fumbled. and that just changed the whole game because we wasn't really moving the ball like that. To be honest, it wasn't many yards, but Adoree Jackson came with a crazy strip fumble that handed us 7 points with. It was just like a 3-yard run by Saquon because Adoree he poked out the ball on like the 3-yard line, and that was like after that we didn't do anything good. It was just a Giants game this season. Like the Giants haven't been doing anything particularly well. It's just they've been letting other teams make mistakes. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like they've been playing fundamentally sound and just.
It's been great coaching. Like
yeah, it's good coaching.
Like we don't have the best talent in the league at all. Like I'm not gonna sit there and say that, and that's why we ended up not making a move this trade deadline because I think Joe Schoen looked at the roster. He saw what we was dealing with. We don't even have a wide receiver this season. We running out with Wandale, Kenny, and Richie. Geno Smith had a great game. Still he's looking like maybe number 5 in MVP, top 5 in MVP right now. We're gonna have a mid-season awards next week. How you want to do that? You want to have just number 1, or do you want to have like 2 runner-ups?
Do 1 runner-up, I think.
1 runner-up? Yeah. All right. Hey, you think Geno's going to be on your runner-up in anything?
He'll be my runner-up for mid-season MVP.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. We're not doing that. Mahomes and Josh Allen? Jalen Hurts?
Yeah. Josh Allen number 1, Geno number 2.
All right, man. It sounds like we about to see some crazy stuff on your list next week.
You will, because, I like to keep it interesting and different, and I'm really rooted for Geno to win the whole thing. For real, MVP.
Hey, Geno played really well, though. And Kenneth Walker also did, too. Like, he's been everything that the little draft nerds was saying about him. Because going into the season, all the draft nerds was like, Kenneth Walker is maybe the best running back in the draft, and he got drafted the 3rd or 4th, and he's been looking like him and Brees, but Brees unfortunately got hurt. So Kenneth Walker's probably been my funnest running back to watch. Even though Dameon Pierce been more productive, I feel like Kenneth Walker got a higher ceiling.
Picked in the 2nd round. Best 4 rookie running backs right now. Kenneth Walker, Dameon Pierce, who's the other one you said?
Breece Hall,
yeah, and Jaylen Warren.
Bro, you just got to sneak that man's name in somehow. That was a crazy way to sneak his name.
Yeah, best 4. There you go. Hey, 5 yards of carry is pretty tough. I know his backup stuff, but we used him for short yardage situations too.
Just saying. What do y'all Najee just mainly used in like the receiving game in short yard and like the main running back?
Bro, like he is basically used. He is better than Jalen maybe as a receiving threat because he's taller and he's good hands. But short yardage, we go to Jalen. Bruh, you gotta see this clip. This clip of Najee Harris on 3rd down. Najee Harris on 3rd down. He caught it, right?
Oh, and he just and did nothing. I saw that.
I'm just saying,
bro, I should have brought that up, bro. I was looking like, bro, Najee, you're not gonna run them over. You're not gonna juke them out. You just gonna sit there. That's crazy.
You catch it and run. He probably could have gotten an extra 3 yards after first contact too if he got full speed. But bro, he got stopped for a loss. Crazy.
Yeah, Najee hasn't looked good at all this. But isn't he hurt though? Like,
yeah, his Liz Frank injury, and that's an even better reason. It's like
he should just sit out.
Just sit out, bro. We're not winning anyway.
Yeah.
Let it fully heal 100%. Let Jalen get his runs.
Yeah.
If you come back and Jalen's got his spot locked up, you can either be the spell or we can, you can go somewhere else who's gonna use you better. Like it's just not working right now.
Yeah. He should not be. Well, all right, everybody. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode. All right, Shock, have a nice day. You got anything you want to say before we go?
I hope everyone has a beautiful, wonderful day. Be great today, and you too, Mar.
All right, bro. Appreciate that. You too, man.